Hey, my name is Fraser, and I've been obsessed with large cats like tigers, leopards, and lions ever since I was a small child. You can imagine my shock and surprise as I got older and discovered that the precious Southeast Asian tiger was critically endangered. That made no sense to me. Tigers strike me as objectively incredible. Can you even think of a person who doesn't basically share that same feeling? How then am I to understand that the tiger, the king of the jungle, is in such a dire situation? Studying social psychology has made this painful situation at least somewhat more intelligible. For example, social psychology has identified a number of what they call cognitive biases, patterns in human behavior, that can betray what might otherwise seem like reasonable action or thought. There's a bias called positive illusion, which refers to humans' tendencies to have an unrealistic optimism regarding the threat level of a problem. The risk perception bias is a tendency to be more responsive to immediate threats and risks rather than abstract long-term threats, and it's connected with the present bias, which has to do with the tendency to favor more immediate rewards over future benefits. When we consider the problems that tigers face, such as the threats from poaching, certain trades, and threats to their environment, these cognitive biases can make the situation more intelligible. It's hard to know how to feel about this, as these biases are evolutionarily encoded and pernicious, but perhaps with more psychologically minded awareness, we can mobilize actually effective efforts to save this incredible species before the tiger, one of the most majestic creatures to walk our planet, is gone forever.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm from Thailand, one of the last places where wild Indochinese tigers still survive. Growing up, tigers were everywhere, not just in forests, but in our culture. They have always symbolized strength and spirit. I knew they were endangered, but like many other people, I didn't take action. I figured someone else, like the experts, the rangers, was already doing the work, and that's the bystander effect. But then came the case of Premchai Ganasut, a powerful construction tycoon who was caught in 2018 poaching a black leopard and collecting other rare animals in a protected wildlife sanctuary. This shook the country. People were furious and spoke out, demanded justice. And incredibly, someone powerful faced real consequences. He was sentenced to prison. That moment changed me. It wasn't just about animals. It was about privilege, law, and the public voice. It showed me that even small actions, speaking out, posting, sharing, can add up to help shift culture and accountability. Social psychology calls this collective efficacy, the belief that together we can make change. So don't scroll past. Add your voice, support conservation. Let's protect what is left. Tigers and justice need all of us.
At the root of the endangerment of tigers is self-preservation. Greed is driven by a fear of scarcity and the desire for security, control, and protection from future threats. Unfortunately, bureaucracy will not transform Earth into heaven. Bureaucracies can diffuse responsibility via the bystander effect, while individuals can act. The true revolution is the evolution of consciousness. In going beyond our more primal instinct for self-preservation, we actualize the sanctity of the human heart that can start the whole chain. Mayor Baba said, "Love can never be forced on anyone. It can be awakened in a person through love itself. Love is essentially self-communicative. Those who do not have it catch it from those who have. Love goes on gathering power and spreading itself until eventually transforms everyone whom it touches." It's not about proselytizing. You just become a light and you return to your community not as someone pointing to a light, but as someone embodying it. The idea of being a light rather than pointing to a light reflects modeling behavior of Bandora's social learning theory. Each time you soften into presence, you brighten your light. That's what you're doing for the world. By living it, everything you touch is illuminated via emotional contagion.